Now, who will face India at the next big hurdle? Could we see an India versus Pakistan semi-final? The answer is yes, and I'll tell you how. The semi-finals of the Cricket World Cup is almost here, knocking on our doors, and only 3 teams have sealed their spots to the top 4. India is in red-hot form. They are unbeaten in the tournament so far, topping the points table in first position. That won't change through to the semi-finals. South Africa, despite that humiliating loss to India in Kolkata, also through to the top 4 in second place. Australia, after that manic display from Glenn Maxwell, who snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, is also through to the semi-finals. That leaves team number 4. Now, who will be the 4th team to fight through and claim that last semi-final spot? Now, I'll tell you the scenarios. There are 3 possible contenders, all 3 sitting at 8 points with just the net run rate differentiating the teams. So like I said earlier, 3 teams sitting at 10 could be a high possibility. But let me break this down to scenarios and what can possibly happen. The first and most likely team to go through is New Zealand. They have a very healthy net run rate. They have to beat Sri Lanka to make it to the semi-final and then hope the other results are favourable. That is, both Afghanistan and Pakistan losing their last matches to South Africa and England, or struggling to win to give them a good head start on the net run rate. But here's what they will pray for the most: no rains in Bengaluru. That, by the way, has seen quite a few showers over the last few days because of washout, and their chances drop drastically. Contender number 2, Afghanistan. They would have surely been in a much better situation had they closed that game against Australia. But having said that, their spot at redemption lies in Pune, where they will have to beat South Africa well to fancy a chance in the top 4. What a position they find themselves in, though, one that they haven't ever been in so far at World Cups. But if New Zealand wins their game, then they will have to win really big because their net run rate is the lowest among the 3 contenders, which brings us to the most interesting one, contender number 3, and one who has done many Houdini acts in cricket before, Pakistan. You can never really underestimate this side. Despite all the odds stacked against them, some bad losses, some inconsistent performances from seniors, reports of players not being paid, and the board and captain seemingly at war, Pakistan is waging a battle on the field and are hoping there is enough left in the tank to power them through to the final 4. So what would they need to do? They will firstly have to record a handsome win over England, a down and out side, to have a good chance to go past the rest. But not just that, if South Africa beats Afghanistan, then they have 1 contender less to fend off. Now comes New Zealand. Pakistan will pray that a miffed and enraged Sri Lanka, after that intense Bangladesh clash, will want to go out on a high and play spoilsport to upset the Kiwi dream. If none else, then some prayers and offerings to rain gods. So this is one interesting 3-way battle for the final spot at the Cricket World Cup. The one who edges past will, of course, face India in Mumbai. Now, if that happens to be Pakistan, then the match could be shifted to Kolkata. So hang on to your seatbelts because this ride can get a little rough. It's the dream of every cricketer, the ultimate glory. Few manage to keep their date with destiny. But for many, it's been heartbreaks and a cross to bear. The Holy Grail is here in India. I'm Rupha Ramani, and Firstpost brings you the ringside view. We bring you the Cup of Dreams, Cricket World Cup coverage like never before.